This is Luis Sandoval, FightHype.com, here with trainer Eric Brown. Eric, I know you got a fight coming up, but let me pick your brain a little bit on some upcoming fights. Klitschko, B.Y. Jennings, Klitschko's first time in the U.S. in I don't know how many years. How do you see that fight breaking down?
I don't know a whole lot about Jennings. I hope he puts up a good fight. I like to see somebody put up a good fight against Klitschko.
Yeah.
But I really don't have a lot of information on Jennings, so all I can do is hope for the best.
How do you see the, well, at least the only Klitschko standing? Do you think anybody beats him? They've been so dominant for so many years. I think the last time we saw him fight was before they got with Emmanuel Stewart. He's still fighting the same way now. Do you think anybody could beat him for it?
I think there's some guys out there with the potential to beat him. It's just that they need a little bit more maturing. You know what I mean? I think Deontay Wilder is a great fighter, upcoming fighter. I think he's going to be proved to be probably the next American heavyweight champion to dominate even them. You know what I mean? To take all the belts. I think he's the kind of guy with the talent he's got that he could unify the heavyweight division. But he's still got to do some growing. You know what I mean?
Yeah. What impressed you the most against his fight against Bermane Stiverne? A lot of people had a lot of questions going into that. He proved a lot of people wrong.
Well, you know what? The thing that impressed me most about him in that fight was his discipline. He stuck to the game plan. He knew what he had to do. He knew what it was going to take. They laid it out for him, and he stuck to it to the letter. Stiverne didn't even show up. To me, the guy, I don't know what happened. I don't know if he was having a bad night. I don't know what happened, but he didn't show up.
And said he was dehydrated.
Well, okay, well, so be it. Whatever the case may be, he didn't show up. And I take my hat off to Deontay Wilder for maintaining his discipline, sticking to the game plan, and going out and winning the fight with intelligence.
Absolutely. And Kirkland, Canelo coming up in a month or so. What do you think about that fight? I mean, a lot of people think it's an easy fight for Canelo. Some people think he's going to get tested in that fight. What do you expect?
I think it depends on what Kirkland shows up. From what I understand, he's not with Ann Wolfe anymore, and she seems to be the catalyst to his motivation. And so, I mean, the last time I saw him without her was when he fought Yoshida. And Yoshida knocked him out in the first round, which was amazing to me because I didn't think Yoshida could bust a grape. So I was very shocked with that. I don't know if it was just a mental thing that he just didn't feel comfortable or he wasn't whatever, but when he's with Ann Wolfe, I watched him on the next fight when he fought Angulo, and it was like night and day. I mean, he looked like an animal. He was like unstoppable. So it all depends to me on which one shows up.
What are your thoughts on Canelo overall? A guy that at one time thought he was protected, and lately he's been trying to take on all these challenges. I mean, what do you think of Canelo as a fighter? I
think he's a decent fighter. He's got good fundamentals, and he's got talent. He's a tough kid, but I think he's still got some growing to do. I think he needs to find that security in his own self and who he is. When he fought Mayweather, I thought he fought totally the wrong fight. I mean, how do you go in against the best boxer in the game and try to outbox him? That's just ridiculous. So I think his strategy was wrong for that. But I still think he's a very formidable fighter, and I think he's one of the best fighters out there in the game today.